Today we are back with some more Minecraft Skyblock here on Cosmic Sky. Today we're going to be going ahead and setting up some custom recipes here on the server for our island. If we take a look in here, we have the materials that I want to use to make a kind of system and to get the custom recipes unlocked, which did cost a ton of money to get the pages in order to make the recipes, because you need around 9 of them. As well, there's a lot of changes we're going to go over on the island before we start doing this, so let's go over them. So I don't know if I mentioned this in last video or even showed it in last video, but I did put a extra layer of iron nodes, so we have that going on, and eventually I'm gonna get a fourth. We got the bundle bots still, which I just thought I'd mention, and we have a new channel for the sell bots for all the loot that's not going to be put into smelter bot or into custom recipes, so all the loot will go into here. I also added a giant tower of chests for the carrots because I wanted to stock them up for recipes, but we're going to be changing that as well. And then the custom warp for my island, so if you do ISTP, I think not Connor works. I tested it on my alt, but you'll spawn right there, and then you can go over here and farm mobs. We got zombies, spiders, cows, chicken, and then rabbits. Which if we take a look at Island Slayer, half of this was done by literally just these people right here. I believe these were the 2 people that actually did this. Because if I look at my island, they have done the most amount of XP, especially EEO. They've done an insane amount, which I do appreciate them. I think they grind clue scrolls from what I'm getting at, because they switch between mobs, so it's kind of cool. So that'll be ready for when we have every spawner, so skeletons will go here as well, which I do have the spawners for, which I was given some by Eternity, this guy right here, and I'm saving up the ZP for now, because we need around 120 for each row of these. But anyways, I want to go over this system down here. So this is our collection system for certain drops. We got blazes, gold ingot, and then bone and arrows, spider eye, and then leather and milk bucket, feather and rabbit hide. They all go into this system, which then goes into this channel, which automatically puts it in the sell bot over there. And same with the, I believe, raw chicken and cooked chicken, since we don't use that for any recipes. So it also goes in there just as a giant hopper line due to chunks, I believe. Because if we turn on chunks, you can see this is one collection chest on this side. And the way it's a double, by the way, is I was taught this when I was streaming live on my Twitch. So if you guys haven't checked out my Twitch, you guys should go check it out when I'm live streaming Cosmic Sky. Anyways, I was shown that if you place a chest and then place the collection chest on the side, it makes a double, but it only collects in the first half of where the collection chest is positioned. So if it was placed, let's say right here, it would collect the bottom half instead of the top half. So you kind of want it always to be collecting the top half, and then it never collects past that point, because what that does is it actually speeds up hopper input. So that's why I've done it up here as well. So these all are double chests, but one of them is at least a collection. So we have around 7 here, which is insane. And then we have one for each of these, one for that. Oh my gosh, it's just insane. But we're gonna go ahead and redeem all these recipes, get them going, and we're only gonna be working on, I believe, 3 of them. And the thing with leftovers, you need these 2 recipes because it uses those materials. So we need to redeem these 2. And then we're gonna claim the leftovers now, since we have burnt smoked beef and rabbit farmer stew. So now we have leftovers. The glycerin melon we're not gonna be making today because we can't. We need zombified piglin for that, and you need the gold nuggets from those, which we are not collecting right now because we don't even have that set up, and we'll probably make a different system for that in the future. So what we're gonna be building is up over in this side of the island, 2 smelters, or smokers I should say, and then some dropper systems onto teleport pads, which I haven't shown before in any of the Cosmic Sky videos yet. And we're also gonna need more collection chests. I just realized we need like 2 more, at least for right now from what I know. So we're gonna go collection on AH, buy the cheapest ones possible, which are 2.5 million per. So there we go, 5 million down the drain, but it's worth it to make that money back in automation. So we're gonna start setting up some smokers, and we need collection chests and all sorts of stuff because we're not collecting any kind of like cooked beef or raw beef or cooked rabbit or raw rabbit. So we need to collect that for the recipes that we're going to be working on, because if we take a look, we want to make burnt smoked beef, which is coal and steak, and then we want harvested carrot and cooked rabbit. So that's basically why I made that system over there with the purple chest with all the carrots. That's kind of what we are doing, and we're going to transfer all this into one location. I think at the end is our plan to make it in one spot near the smelter system, because we're going to be manually crafting it, but we're going to have it all in one spot around here. That is basically the plan. Of course, I'm going to need some blocks so we can actually build properly. So we're going to go ahead, go out 4 blocks, and I guess we can start with the collection chest. So of course, we're going to have one here and one here, and then we're going to go in, select one of these as, I think, steak, or actually we're going to make this one cooked rabbit really quick. So we go to, where is it? Grinding, and we could do, it's raw actually, not cooked. So we need need raw, and then we need to go here and do raw beef, and there we go. So those will be put into the smelter. Actually, while I'm at it, we're gonna change this up just slightly. We're gonna do the double chest trick. So we go here, and then we put one down just to give an example. Put this as the raw rabbit, and then we put this as the raw beef, and there we go. So now it'll collect both of these, and we'll put 2 hoppers under here so then it flows in quicker. So we're gonna use 3 smokers per thing because we won't be getting that much of the loot, like the raw beef and all that stuff. We're just gonna use a little bit of smokers because it'll cook really fast. So we'll go up to around here. This is probably a good spot. Expand these out just in their proper spot as well. So there we go. We place the smokers down as well, and we're gonna use 1 link chest. I was thinking of using 2 for this, but now that I think about it, I can just use 1. Basically, we're gonna have the link chest right here kind of, but we need to put it up 1 because we're gonna have a ring going around here for all the cookers getting fueled, and then we don't have to use as many link chests, of course, doing this. And there we go. Coal fuel will go in, so I need to grab some bundled coal fuel. Okay, so we're gonna start filling in all the fuel. As you can see, it's actually picking up all the beef that's dropping on the ground and the raw rabbit already because we haven't been collecting any. So I'll open one of these and we'll start putting in all this coal fuel. Okay, we should be pretty much done with all the coal fuel. I'm just gonna put the rest in here, and it should stock up eventually. It seems to be working perfectly. I'm just gonna put this one bundle back. So we put the bundle back in. There we go. So now we have the cookers situated, and as you can see, they're working flawlessly. And then we're going to have, of course, the hoppers feeding out to here. So we need to go down and put a hopper there and there, and we'll do that. There we go. We're also gonna have chests here just so then the system over there, once we have it built, if it's overflowing and we have too much, there'll be some spare area to work with here. So what we'll do is we'll only go down like maybe 3 double chests. So now all this should be going in here, which is perfect. So we're gonna be setting up a system that actually drops items. I don't want to go ahead and go into shop and spend 25 million on droppers or the hopper dropper, which just pulls a ton of items out at one go, when you could make a super fast one that kind of is super loud, or you can make a super slow one depending on how much loot you're pulling in with. So it really just kind of depends on your scenario of how much loot you're getting. So realistically, I'm gonna make a slower one and have this backup here, and I don't really want it to be super loud, so that's kind of why we're doing this as well. So we go ahead, put those there, and we need to get droppers out, which we are gonna have to set up 2 more after these 2. At least I think so, but they're gonna be on different parts of the island. So we need about half of all the materials that I put in here to build these. So I got 2 comparators. We face them this way, and then we go here, put that, and then we put a repeater right here, put redstone all along here, so that's 6, and there we go. So if I put in the steak, should start dispensing it, and it shouldn't go back in, I believe. Should all just get spewed out in that one spot. So now if we look here, it's all spewed out. Perfect. It just matters on if a teleport pad works for that, so we're gonna test that really quick. So we'll grab 2 because you need 2 to link them. What I'm gonna do is place a teleport pad there, and then I need to go, let's say, over to here, and there we go. It used 1 teleport pad. Wait, what? Okay, so apparently I don't need this many teleport pads. Apparently you only need 1. Okay. I thought you needed 2 for it to just work. So I guess I got double the amount. I'll probably just resell those. Anyways, you see that it has the teleport pad there because it's purple, and you can modify what can be teleported and what activates certain things and whatnot. Of course, I'm going to turn off particles because that'll probably be smart, but for now we won't. So now if we put it in here, will it teleport over? I think it's working because it just spewed on the floor over there, and we had about 9 to begin with. So it does seem to be working. The only thing is we need to set up a preset area for these teleport pads, and I need to do this on the other one. So I need to go here, put this down, put a redstone repeater, put a repeater there, and then the redstone all along there, and there we go. So we have these both situated, so now I just need to go ahead and do the linked teleport pads to the new area that we need to build. And also at the end of the map, I'm gonna download this whole world, and I'm gonna make sure there's colors specifying which channel is which, so I can remember to do this next map, kind of a layout similar to this, if I need to, of course, or just to remember how to do things. I'm gonna download this whole world that we worked on Cosmic Sky, so then I have it. Okay, so what we need is we need some chests going along here, and I'm trying to think of what we need linked over, which I just think is these 4 things, and then eventually we'll need melons. So we're gonna specify which is which, of course. Okay, so I'm just realizing a flaw with this whole design. design. It's too close to each other. We need at least 1 block spacing between each thing. So we're gonna move this. Okay, so this layout that I'm working on should be the proper layout that I want to go with. So there we go. That is the chest layout. It'll be the same way the items go in. So right here is gonna be rabbit. So we'll start with that, of course. So we go here, and then we put a stair. So we need to go along like this, and then put some stairs here. Boom. So now we have that. And then we just do a loop around here, and then we just put the teleport pad here. And we'll put the water right on this block right here once we actually have the pad down, so it doesn't mess up. So the best thing I think we can do is grab 6 signs, and we're gonna name everything. So this will be rabbit, or cooked rabbit, I should say. So cooked rabbit will be right there, and then we put one there, and we're just gonna copy this for every single one. We'll set up the layouts for all of them, and then we'll work on the teleport pads again. One thing I'm gonna do is grab some, I think, glass. Where is it at? Okay, we'll buy a stack. We'll go along here and put 1 piece, so we don't have to actually break some glass we still need. Now we do the hoppers, so we go along here. One thing I'm going to do to set up the water beforehand is actually do this. Okay, all the little pads on the bottom are done. So we'll go ahead, grab some water buckets, and we just put it on this block. Okay, so all the water is done. Now we just need to do the signs. Okay, so they're all ready. We have the rabbit side ready to be linked. So we're gonna go look for cooked rabbit, which I think is the second one here. We're just double checking. Yep. So we put it here. There we go. It's situated. Now we're gonna turn off teleport players, and redstone controls disabled. It'll only teleport items. We'll turn off the particles if that works. One thing it starts with is a blacklist, so we're gonna change it to whitelist and add our item of choice, which is going to be this, and it will transport it. So nothing else will transport on this, which is good. So now we go ahead and do it for the beef. So we break this, and then we're gonna go and grab this one. Boom. Okay, so beef is right here. We'll go ahead, place it down, and then copy these settings. So we turn off particles, and we do beef, which I think is next page. Yeah, right there. So now it should only teleport the beef, or whatever, the steak, I guess you could say. So what I think I'm going to do is actually change how these work again. So it's gonna teleport items. We'll make sure this is set to the proper thing, of course. And then I'm gonna change the ones up there as well. So turn that off, and then we turn that off. Whitelist, and we make it the beef, I think it is. This side is beef, right? Yeah, it's beef. So just so nothing actually goes back the other way, we're gonna make sure these ones don't have item teleport on, because what it'll do is just make sure nothing goes anywhere. So these will be just basically not functioning, only just getting transferred over to it, and then they won't work back the other way. Pretty much a simple concept there. So there was cooked rabbit and steak getting stuck right here in the middle because there were hoppers feeding this way, like in this direction. So basically I had to start removing this all, because we're gonna actually just move it down a few into a different position, so then we can just make sure this doesn't get stuck and whatnot. Just make sure it works properly. So this layout right here should probably work. I'm gonna put the redstone down in a bit here. I just want to go ahead and enclose all this first. Okay, they're all enclosed. Now we just need to go ahead, set up the teleport pads again. So we link that there, and we'll set up the settings for each side. For the beef, I believe this one is. Okay, so these settings are done, so we can close this off, and now we gotta go down to the actual other one. Okay, so I have these settings correct. We just need to filter this, and I just realized I put the wrong thing in the other one, so we have to go fix that. I put cooked rabbit. Okay, so that one is fixed. Now we gotta set up the cooked rabbit, what I believe is this one. So we go ahead, go here, and then we set up the filters. So we have the cooked food going into here. The filters are done, so we're just gonna do this now. Set up the redstone. Then we need it on this side and this side. Then we go ahead, put down the redstone, and there we go. It should be working for both of these. Perfect. There we go. So it's teleporting everything. So now it should all come through this area, and that's pretty much that. So I just was mentioned by EEO that they grinded enough to get to skeletons, so we're gonna go ahead and place them down so they can actually go ahead and start farming these. It says locked, but that's just a bug. So if I go ahead and place these down, it should work. But they basically grinded like another, I think, 12,000 just in the time I was recording all this stuff, which is crazy. So I'm just gonna double check I'm putting the right amount in these, because I have all the amounts that I need. Okay, the skeletons are down. We're putting them in, and there we go. We got skeletons. Thank you for telling me about this. I appreciate that. Anyways, we need to go ahead, set up carrots and I believe coal now. So I have an idea of how I want to split the carrots around, because I want to still make some smelter bot stuff out of carrots, like the roasted carrots, and then also make the rabbit kind of thing, the rabbit farmer stew. But the only problem is how I'm going to split them, and I think I have a good idea for that. It doesn't take too much effort. It's just a decent bit of hoppers and chests to split them them properly. So I'm moving the carrots over really quick because I don't want to just sell them. A smart idea is to just roast these when I can. Okay, so I got the system working. We just need to place one redstone, and this should be splitting 50-50 now between all of this. So I place that down, and it should start spewing it out, but we need to go ahead and actually place down the teleport pad, which is all the way down below the island. So go ahead, grab 2 teleport pads, because we're gonna need one for the coal here in a moment. Anyways, we go ahead, place this, and then we go ahead and place one down in the carrot section. So place one right there, and then we disable the teleport and all these things, whitelist it, and then we put carrot. Where's carrot? Carrot goes there, and then we go down to this one. So now if I put the redstone, it should start teleporting them. Yeah, it's starting to teleport them over to here, I believe. Yep, you can see all the carrots going in the system. There we go. It may not be super fast to get all the carrots in, but it's good enough. So now we can go ahead and start 50-50ing the carrots. I'll start 50-50ing the amount that goes in here for the time being, because it's probably a wise idea that I get rid of these over time. Okay, so for the coal, I was thinking I was going to put it over by the wheat and any other kind of nodes that we need that are kind of just going to be used for making money, I guess, and not really fuel, are going to go in this chunk with the, I believe, wheat. So that's pretty much that. So we're just going to set up a simple coal mining bot. That's about it. So I've been doing a few things here, and I'm realizing there's no point having over like 10 of these. So 10 of these down should be good enough. We'll go ahead, put our fuel in, and we should be good from there once I have it all in. And the fuel is already going back up, so we're fine. I'll put the rest of these in my PV4, and we'll maybe sell them at a different point or use them if we need them. Okay, I'm gonna put down the teleport pad first this time because I kind of just want to have it prepared. So we're gonna go ahead, turn off this, and then we put coal in here. Where's coal? There it is. And then we go ahead, edit the settings on this one. Okay, the settings are now done. So now we do the redstone, put a repeater here, and then redstone, and we should be situated. There we go. It's spitting the coal out onto the system, and it's going into the chest. So the last thing we're gonna do is just move the mining bot, and I think we're just gonna use 8 coal because it's already got like 3 stacks in no time at all, and I don't really want to stock up too much of this anyways. Put the mining bot, and then we put in the fuel, and there we go. We are done with all these systems. So off camera, I'm also gonna make one of these for the gold nuggets as well. For now, I think we're good to be done because we don't have zombified piglin, but once we unlock that, we're gonna need it. So I'm gonna need it prepared at least. So I'll get a system similar to the coal one and the carrot one set down here. Anyways, that said, I appreciate all the support on the latest videos, and I will see you all in the next one.